Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is my used equipment challenge episode 6, I believe. In the last, in the last episode, um, I was cultivating our field 12 over there. And as you can see, it's all stubble tillage now. So it's all ready to plant. Of course, we're going to plant sunflowers because that's what we're set up to do, but those don't plant till March. But what we can do is fertilize once. To get the ground ready, because I believe if we go to soil composition, we've got nothing except for this weird spot here where we must have ran over something. So we're ready to apply a first layer of fertilizer, then we'll plant, and then we'll apply a second fertilizer after the first growth stage when we weed. So we've got our Dootsfar tractor over here and our fertilizer thing there, but of course we only have $3,000. So I wanted to come in here into consumables and buy some solid fertilizer. I think it's going to take a couple of thousand, and knowing that we need to do it twice, I'd like to buy 3 bags. But of course we don't have $5,000 ready for this. So a couple of things that we need to look at. Number one, I want to look at what we can sell, which is our sunflower oil. And of course it lost my place in the list. Pardon, but there's no better way to do this than scrolling all the way to the bottom. Yes, it is a long list of all the productions, the things you can produce. But if we get all the way down here, sunflower oil is what we're producing, and it's up to 3,790 right now, but it peaks at 3,853 in March. So we're going to be hopefully ready to sell some sunflower oil. So I'm looking at our 2 productions. Right now we each have 1 pallet produced, and it looks like we have 839. So we're going to probably, hopefully, have 2 pallets ready to rock to sell next month when the price peaks. So at this point, I'm not quite ready to sell that because I know we can get a little bit better of a price. So how are we going to buy that fertilizer? Well, I was thinking about it, and I think the smart move is to come over here to that header trailer that we bought. This is the header trailer we found on sale for the smallest header for our harvester, and I got it. I was hoping that header would come up, and then we'd have a cheaper transport and also a way to do it. But at this point, we've committed to sunflowers, and one of the bigger ones might come up, and that'd be a better deal for us anyway, because I think it's 11, 13, and 15 feet, or 15 yards or meters wide are the 3 different header sizes, and we really want a bigger one anyway. So I think we're going to go ahead and just sell this for $5,000, get it off the field. We don't actually need it because all of our stuff is up here, including our header trailer that houses the header we have and our pole barn. So anyway, that gave me $5,000. So now we have 8,000. So now we can come in here and get solid fertilizer. Our Amazon spreader holds 3,200 liters. So we're just going to buy 3,000 liters here, like so. Then we'll hop in. And back this up. And then start loading these. So I'm going to go in the cabs, it's a little quieter, but that's 1 pallet. And 2 pallets. And 3 pallets. Or big bags, I guess I should call them. So hopefully 3,000 liters will be enough for us. But I wanted to kind of show you how I was getting the money for that and how close to out of money we really are until we can sell these sunflowers or sunflower seed oil. Hopefully next month when we also plant. So we have seeds in our seeder already, so we should be good for that. I don't really drive in cab very often, but we're going to give it a shot to come over here. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is when I moved the pole barn over, I did get all the tools organized, and we can pop in there real quick. But since we deleted the bench, we didn't have anywhere to stay, and I was like, I've been using that bench for like a year because I didn't think there was anything else. I thought I should just search for tent, and I found this camo tent for a sleep trigger. So we now sleeping in a tent instead of sleeping on a bench. But which can you do? So here's the production. We've got one pallet ready, and again 844. So by tomorrow we should have the second pallet. So we should have 4 pallets ready to sell at the peak price in March. So February, our only goal is to get this sorted here for the fertilizer. So let's get out here and just take a look. back, and it is March, and let's find out if a second pallet of oil has spawned. Pallet owned, sunflower oil run, sunflower oil 1200. So I think if we pick this up with our forklift, and I'm sure you saw in the time lapse, but we brought the forklift down here because we need to be able to pick up these pallets. Come on, spawn a second one. Spawn another 1,000. Kick it out. There it is. All right, excellent. So we will have 4 pallets. I'm going to stop this for a second and grab the truck. And I don't want to drive over our field, so I should go this way. And I did discover with this truck you can actually take the little side gates down, so I kind of wish I would have left that rear one on, but we're going to put them down to load them and go from there. So in the time lapse, I ended up buying a 4th big bag of solid fertilizer because we used over 2,000 liters. We used over 2,000 liters in fertilizing the first bit, so I know we're going to need more than 2,000 for the end. So I drove the tractor down there and bought one more big bag of fertilizer whilst I could. And then we obviously fast forwarded and we had some loan interest and a couple of other things. So now we are down to $100, but we have these 4 pallets of sunflower seeds. Nope, stay on the truck, please. These 4 pallets of sunflower seed oil available. And we have enough fertilizer to do most of a second coat. So even if we can't afford a second coat, we will get 100% coverage. We will get 90% of it covered. And then I wanted to drop these seeds off here since we're here. And we have them. But I think it's a good idea that we bought this front loader now, this forklift, because we essentially now need a way to get the sunflower oil off. That's not what I bought it for. I bought it to load things up on the truck at the store, but I think it's going to be better used here to help us get these things loaded. So again, this is an electric one, which I've never really used before. Our battery power is full right now, but eventually we might need to buy a charging station for this. So that'll be interesting as well. But I'm happy that it is March and we've had 4 full pallets of this produce, because this is the best price that we're going to get all year, and then we can just let this produce all season until next March, hopefully, unless we get in a pinch and need more sunflower seed oil to sell throughout the season. But as long as we don't try to sell it in December, I think was the low price, which is where we had our first pallets pop out. So I'm going to get these loaded. We'll check the price. We'll sell them. And then I can start planting our new crop at the end of this episode. And I'll do most of that off camera and come back in when we're ready to weed and fertilize and do all the things in April. But overall, I think things are running well. We'll see how much money we make from this and decide whether or not we want to actually invest any of that in repaying our loan. Or if we want to wait till our next harvest to repay the loan. I don't know if we want to make payments or if we want to just pay it off once we have the... Oops. Don't want to do that. I guess I'll just drop this here. And if we get that last one on. Not the best loading, but it's what we're going to have to work with. And I still have a little bit of sunflower seeds in the tipper, which I can divide between these 2 productions as well, if we need to, because I think we're going to stop producing somewhere in the middle of the year. So I don't know that we want to build a 3rd. Maybe we should. We could technically build a couple more of these, and if we don't have our full harvest, so I'm interested to see how many pallets we get throughout the year. So we harvested this in August, I want to say. We'll check the map here in a second. August or September. And we basically produced 2 pallets per production between then and March. So we'd probably get 4 or 5 pallets throughout the year on these mini productions. So if we have $100,000 worth of harvest like we did last time. Okay, let me fasten these and then let's check the price. If we had $100,000 harvest last year on sunflower oil or on sunflower seeds, I wonder how many productions we need to process 3 or 4 tipper loads full, because we split 1 tipper between the 2 and that pretty much filled them out. We would need 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we would need 8 mini productions to be able to produce all the oil from all of these things, which is about the cost of the big production. Anyway, whatever. Sunflower oil is currently $38.44, $38.64. We missed the high price, but we're really close. The supermarket is nearby, so we're going to go ahead and just take this and sell this right now while we can. We're only $20 off the peak price, so that's not bad. And then we will essentially decide what we want to do with that money and start planting, and that will wrap up this episode. And then I think the next episode will probably be weeding. Oh, can't get. I'm going to drive it. There's no road, but our truck can make it. We're going to get here. And make our way around. It was really close to where we sold all the sunflowers last year anyway. The store is off to our left there. This is the supermarket. So I don't know. I think we're going to make about 12,000 off of here. Let's see what we actually get. And we made 15, so that's even better. All right, so we're going to drive this back to town, or back from town. And 15,478. I wonder if we should leave. We have seed. We might need 1 more pallet of seed, but I don't think so, because we've already got our seeder full and we have the half pallet to reload. And I don't think sunflowers is a seed heavy crop. We have fertilizer, and we're going to get loan interest charged against us basically for the next 6 months until we get another harvest. So I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and park this up here by our tent. I think we just should put 10,000 towards the loan. So we'll come up here, go to our finances. We got 150,000 in the loan. I think if we repay 10,000 down to 140, this 5,000 will get us to harvest time, which, if I remember right, if we plant sunflowers here, we can harvest them in October, November, and then refill our storages, and we should maybe get another pallet of oil out of here and here. Sometime over the summer we can sell it for desperate, but we'd like to keep those till next March if possible. Then I need to get our planter. So let me drive this back, pick up our planter. So we have 1,715 liters of solid fertilizer here. We're just going to call that good, and we will maybe not get 100% of our field double fertilized, but we'll get about 70%, I think, double fertilized, and that will just have to be good enough for this year. We could theoretically buy another bag of fertilizer, but I just think we should do the best we can with what we have this first harvest, and maybe focus on productions, because I would love to do 1 or 2 more mini productions of the oil and get those working throughout the next year, and then maybe do a different crop the following year if we can find a header. But so our planter, let me zip around here. is set to sunflowers already and is full at 630 liters. And if we come here and set it up for 2 headlands, we will get some lines and we should be able to plant. And I just want to make sure we can pull this planter, and then I'll be off to the races again. I'll probably do another time lapse of this. Not sure how I'll release it, but changing the field state there. Is that noticeable? Let's check the map. It looks like it's planting. Yep. And there comes in our sunflower. So we'll plant the whole field, skipping lines like we did when we cultivated, and then we'll have to weed and fertilize one more time, and then we'll be ready to go fast forward until October. All right, last thing I want to do before I check is make sure there's nothing in here that we want. This is a bigger seeder that has no direct drill, also 6 meters. No, our cultivator technically seeds, that's why we bought it. This is a New Holland header for sunflowers and corn, but we've got a John Deere and we can already do sunflowers. This is another baler. We already have a baler and a mulcher. Okay, all right, well, appreciate you guys watching. Again, we've got a couple of more times we need to cover the field between now and October when we're ready to harvest again, and our goal is maybe to increase our production, our mini productions, from 2 mini productions to I think 7 would be my goal, and spread the sunflower seeds out between those 7. So we'll have to see how that goes and how much money we can make off that, but that's kind of the plan. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for staying this long if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.